for April 17th, 2025. It is now approximately 2:04 p.m. I call the meeting to order. Please join me and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our secretary is not here, so I will do a roll call. Mr. Rangione? Present. Mr. Nelson?
Present.
Mr. Johnson? Present. And there are two members that are not here or on their way. All of you should have received the agenda from the March 2025 meeting. And it was also posted on our website well past the more than 24 hours in advance, and also provided at the county more than 24 hours in advance, and all of you received it more than 24 hours in advance. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a second? You second it.
I second.
Any questions or comments on the agenda? All those in favor on the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried. Okay, at this time, we'll open it up to the public comment concerning the agenda.
Not seeing anyone here.
And if there is no public comment, we're going to use this as an opportunity to have our consultant for our IT services, back-end services, to make a presentation and provide some comments. And we'll turn over to Yassine Majang.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. You guys know me. I'm Yassine, and my company, Mizan Technologies. Today, I'm just going to go very quickly through an overview of the contributions and improvements, and then why you guys should renew the contract. So just an overview. Before becoming a partner, the goal was to simplify the grant process, keeping the public informed, and then also saving you guys time with the back end and handling all the grants coming in, and then also helping out these nonprofits by getting them a very easy way to just apply, and then also have their information saved to be able to apply again. So the contributions I've made is I've built a grant system for you guys that has streamlined the process through the website where people can just apply. And then it is also received on the back end for you guys to view with the Google Sheets. I do post the agenda and minutes every month at the start, or after every meeting, the minutes are live, and then before the meeting, the agenda goes live on the website. I've been able to compile lists for you guys with any grants and any kind of information that has anything to do with those details. And also a lot of technical support. So whenever you guys needed help with anything, I'm always at my email, and you guys can always ask for improvements and any kind of services, and we would be more than willing to help with that. So going forward, there's a lot of improvements that can be made, and I try to speak to you guys to know about like the kind of feedback you guys wanted to leave me and all the kind of things that you want to change. One of the most notable things that are going to be improved next month is being able to view the files that grantees submit just within the tab. So you wouldn't have to download it locally to your laptop or computer. Instead, every single time you just click a link and it would populate on the next tab for your computer. So that way it's just a lot easier. For the sheets, we are going to be moving forward with a lot cleaner of a document look, so it's just much easier to navigate through the sheets, adding more colors, adding more spacing, just to make everything really easy on the eyes and give you guys, or save you guys time for whenever you're trying to make a vote. And I'm going to be aggregating all the information within the hub, so you guys can just have easy access to all the links. You know, sometimes I get asked about where's the link for this, am I added to this? I'm just gonna have a streamlined document where you guys can just visit it and have every single access point to make it easier for you guys. And I believe you guys should renew because I already have a lot of deep system knowledge and I've built the system behind it and I'm very comfortable with it. And also you guys get an all-in-one service to where I'm able to help you guys with the IT and give you guys support with anything you guys need on the grantees list and just aggregating any information of that sort. And then the time and the cost it saves you guys. I know you guys are very busy and this is a voluntary opportunity. So I do try to minimize as much that you guys need to do and just put all the load on me. And yeah, that is everything. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I really appreciate the opportunity to work with you guys. Oh,
I don't know why we
Good,
removed.
good.
There's nothing going on in that
Good
room.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
no, I couldn't agree with that.
So thank you, Susan, for that presentation.
Any questions?
We do have an additional authority member that's just joined us, Francis Sheehan. I did have a question, and this was something that I know I've had a challenge with, and I think Francis mentioned this in an email recently. When we're looking at the documents in the, I don't know if it's called the Excel spreadsheet or, sometimes I have to toggle down to, if they've uploaded multiple documents. So I might see one, and this might be where you, Francis was having difficulty. You kind of have to get in that box and scroll down to see additional documents.
Yes.
Is that going to be a little bit easier for us to?
Yep.
Or can you make, or is there a way to make the cell bigger so that we can see both documents?
Yeah, so that falls under the cleaner document layouts. So what I've noticed with the populated cells is that the links actually get pretty long as well. So it just becomes very tedious to be able to, if someone uploads 10 documents, it's like an image, the link will be, you know, super long and it'll just be, the height will be insane as well.
Yeah, the links are.
Yeah.
Let them finish,
Yeah,
please.
go ahead.
Thank you.
So it'll be completely minimized to where it's just like a simple word, say like image or something of that sort. And then whenever you would click on the link, then it would just populate in the tab, then needing to have it downloaded locally. And that way you'd actually be able to see how many documents are within each cell without having to be able to scroll or miss it by accident. Yeah.
And that won't be something that is on the current grants that are coming in now. Well,
Oh, it will be.
We'll see that by May, we'll see that May 1st.
Correct. Yes.
We may need some type of webinar or something to kind of help us navigate that cleaner look.
Yeah.
Either be recorded or if we can do it live just to make it easy for usability.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree that some of the links come in very long, and that's something that's out of your control. And I think that there are grantees that, in addition to filling out the form, they just want to send us everything, like
Yeah.
different documents.
And it becomes hard because, you know, the images and the links can't really tell a story. You have to click on the link, and that'll be changing moving forward just to make it easier for you guys.
Well, the other thing we can do, because I'm having the same experience with the scholarship program where I'm reviewing scholarships, is that I think we can ask for one PDF from the applicant to be uploaded. That includes their application cover
Whatever
sheet,
documents they need.
their 1 or 2 page description of their program, their budget sheet, and any addendums they want to provide. I think for us, for you to have to do, I mean, that should be what they do. They should pull everything together, make one PDF, upload one PDF, and then we're seeing that for each of the applicants. It's more work on the applicant's part, but they should expect that this is what is required. For you to have to do all this convoluted stuff and us to have to click on different things, I think it's just not a good use of our time.
But it also sounds like what you're saying is that field is no longer going to be a document. It's going to be kind of like a viewing area. We're not going to have a document that we have to download and open to see it.
So the link will be hyperlinked, and then what that will allow essentially is for you to be able to just view it within the tab on the right, which if we did have one PDF, it would be able to, you just click on it, it would just pop up on your tab instead of like going in your files, and then you just be able to scroll through like on your browser.
Okay.
And from there, you just be able to X out of it. If you wanted to download it, it'd give you that chance as well.
Yeah, so I like your idea. I'd have to see it, but I also like Francis's idea. So it may not be, the viewing usability may happen for this round, but we haven't asked the current grantees just to upload one document.
Yeah.
But going forward, we may say upload one document, and then we would just have to look at one viewing panel, look at numerous pages if that's.
Yeah.
Any other questions from our authority members or comments?
Talk about improvements.
He's gave
Our process.
Yeah, he's given a review of the IT and grant services that he's provided last year, and he suggested he's making some improvements to it, including.
Would you like me to run through it one more time, or?
We have those slides.
Yeah, I can send the slides right out.
Send the slides.
Okay.
Thank you for preparing.
I just want to say, I initially was apprehensive about the outdoor services, and I think you guys all know that. But with the demand and the response of the grantees, I may have erred in judgment, and I'm willing to make that admit to that. This has been so much easier, so much more streamlined. Whenever I've needed you, I usually get a response that same calendar day, if not within like an hour or two. And it's been a pleasure to work with you, and you've been very open and respectful and professional, so I just wanted to say that. Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, I've also been very pleasantly surprised how streamlined.
Thank you.
Do we have, all of you should have received the minutes?
So we're starting now?
We are in the middle of the meeting. We're in
Now that you have a quorum.
We did have,
We did.
we had three. Andrew's.
Oh, Andrew's here, okay, yeah. Okay, so when we start off at 2:00.
2:06.
Oh, 2:06. All right, thank you. All of you should have received the minutes of the March 2025 decision meeting from our secretary, Ron Evans, who does a fantastic job of getting those to us within a few days after our meeting. And they were distributed to us. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the March 2025 decision meeting?
So,
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Abstain? Minutes are approved. At this time, I will turn it over to our treasurer, and he will make a motion on all of these items, and then we'll get he'll ask for a second.
All righty. Great day to you, everyone. I'm doing the treasurer's report for the month of March 2025. You guys should have all received the board packet. It included the statement that shows a beginning balance of $520,347.06. During the period, we spent $5,292.50 on expenses, and we received $815.98 for interest payments. Hearing the reading of the cash balances and receiving the statement, I make a motion to approve the it's the April 2025 Treasurer's Report for the month of March 2025. Second to the motion? Okay, here, motion has been made in second. Any questions to the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I make a motion to approve a payment of invoice 1017 in the amount of $1,250 to Majan Technologies.
Second.
Motion has been made in second. Any questions to the motion?
Is that
Hearing none.
the,
Okay,
Wait, question.
yep, I got you.
is that the revised document? There were two documents.
No,
This is just
for
a regular invoice, not the contract renewal.
So that's this one,
This is the invoice,
1250?
yes.
The invoice, okay.
Okay,
Any other
all right,
questions?
so any other questions? All right, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next, I make a motion to approve payment of invoice 88502 in the amount of $687.50 to Brinker Simpson.
Second.
Motion has been made in second. Questions to the motion? All right, hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next, I make a motion to approve payment of invoice 52872 in the amount of $616 to Barbicane Thornton and Company. They are our auditors, and that is for audit services up to date.
Second.
Motion has been made in second. Questions to the motion? All right, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And none opposed, any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next, I make a motion to approve payment of the first quarter of 2025 invoice in the amount of $2,812.50 to Daily Law Firm.
Second.
Motion has been made in second. Any questions to the motion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
Is it too late for me to ask a question?
I mean, I can still answer the question, but
What is all the time spent on something to do with a grant application for Cheney? Refresh my memory.
That's the question.
I can start to answer that, and maybe the solicitor will weigh in. Cheney was awarded a grant. Their internal legal team requested some adjustments to the grant agreement.
Oh.
And we were back and forth with the county as well as with our solicitor concerning revising some of the language within the grant agreement. And I would say the solicitor spent a decent amount of time going back and forth between their legal team.
Indemnification.
Okay.
In our standard agreement, we have the grantee indemnifying us for any lawsuits against us involving them.
So they wanted mutual indemnification.
No. They are a governmental agency that is not allowed to make an indemnification.
Ah, okay. So what do we do? Just remove the language?
We replaced it. They gave us some alternatives to provide us with some relief.
Okay. All right. Interesting. It's good to know going forward.
You can proceed.
all right, so did we get a second to that last motion?
I think.
The Spirit one, did you read that one?
Okay, maybe I didn't. I'm not sure. I thought I did.
The Daily Law Firm.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So next, last, I want to make a motion to approve payment of invoice DCGRA-9 in the amount of $570 to Spirit Media Group for the Next Generation grant announcement.
Second.
All right, so the motion has been made and second. Questions to the motion? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. All right, so we did, as it stands right now, I don't have any updates on grant agreements. Received, not mailed, or transferred. There, go ahead.
I have a question. Francis brought up Cheney. Do we know if Cheney's been paid?
I know that it wasn't paid by ACH and we didn't write a check, so I don't think so.
Okay, all right. So between you and I, we'll follow up with our financial consultant on that.
Okay. All right, next, I make a motion to approve annual contract renewal with Majan Technologies.
Second.
Questions to the motion?
I just want to make sure I'm looking at the correct document. It's a document, I don't see a date on it or a number. Is it the one with monthly maintenance and support for $13.50 on the second page?
$13.50.
Oh, Yassine signed it on April 15th.
So in the original package, there was one contract that was submitted. That was a mistake, and a new contract was provided subsequent to the package. So the new rate is $13.50 instead of $18.
Okay, so it's this document.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's all from, that's what I was about to say.
Correct.
So now we're up to $13.50. Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Oh, I'm sorry.
Any other questions? No problem at all, Paul. You're the chair. Any other questions or comments?
Toes are black and blue under that desk.
All right, so hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Last, I make a motion to approve the annual contract renewal with Brinker Simpson.
Second.
Did I
All
miss
right, the
that?
motion-
Document.
There is a question.
Is there a document?
Do you want to provide a comment, Andrew?
I can.
Could
So
you hear?
that-
Could you hear Francis?
I don't see the contract either.
Could you
Well,
hear
I think I
Francis?
just heard her, all I heard her say was, did I miss that? I didn't hear anything else.
Where's the do we see the contract?
So Brinker had the original contract, and the language in their original contract said that the contract will renew until canceled. So there is not a new contract renewal.
Okay, and the price last year was, and
It was, yeah, based on the hourly rate, and their price did not go up.
okay, so in other words, they're charging us the same to do the audit this coming year that they charged for the last year.
That's not the audit.
Well, so they're not our auditors. The auditors are Barbacane, Thornton. All they do is just our monthly recurring services. Yep.
Got it. Wrong accountant.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
No
I'm
problem
good.
at all. It's a lot of them, Francis. It's easy to get confused. We got a lot going on.
Any other questions? Oh, I'm sorry, I did it again.
Any other
Okay,
questions? All right, hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. This concludes the treasurer's report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Any questions or comments for Mr. Nelson? Thank you. At this time, I'll turn it over to the solicitor if he has anything to report.
Mr. Chair, you were looking for an invoice from Spirit for January of 2024. We did locate it. I think I sent it to you.
Oh, got it.
My email here was fine, but at my office, they went out at 4:09 yesterday, so I'm scrambling around trying to figure out what went out and what didn't. So you did get it? That's good. I'm still working on the documentation policy. I'm not ready to present it yet.
Okay. Any other questions for the solicitor? Unfinished business, any comments? So we are obviously in the midst of collecting our next generation grants, which are for our youth programs. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to kind of glance at that to see how the progress is going. Francis, you
I
have it?
reviewed them.
Okay. Does it look like a substantial amount, or?
Well, the total amount of the request was 277, I think, and
277 applicants?
1,000.
Oh, 1,000.
1,000.
Okay.
I think there was
Okay.
33 out.
Okay.
I thought
Yeah,
you were saying
33
two hundred and 77 applicants. You guys should have saw my jaw drop.
Sorry about that. And, I mean, they're all, a lot of tried and true organizations, a couple new where there were no budget documents. But no, I approved 200,000 and we're still getting some, so I guess we'll be doing more reviewing of the ones that come in.
Thank you. And there will also be some special grants. I have a note on here. There'll be some special grants for youth services and other services that we'll put on the May 2025 agenda for your consideration. We started the special grant list, so I just ask that you look at that list or add entities that you think are rewarding to that list. And we'll try to put some of those on the agenda for consideration next month.
So if they don't,
Let me start with Ron, because I heard him first. I'm sorry.
The next generation applicants included the defenders, public defender's office.
Yeah.
For 2025. Yeah, 25.
That was an error.
So yeah, I feel like we should include them as a special grant.
They are going to be a special grant. They're going to be considered for a special grant.
Yeah, as opposed to the long.
Correct. So they will be on the agenda next month, and
Okay.
the authority, I will not be present for that meeting. I have a graduation for Montgomery County Community College, so the members here will make a determination next month.
and I think there's going to be a special grant from Delco 250.
Okay.
That should come in before the May meeting. Is there anybody else other than those two special ones that I should be aware of?
There were several on there from when we started talking last year through this year, the early part of this year. We'll reach out to Yassine to provide us the link to that document. I think you have the link to that document.
For all of the applicants?
No, this is the special grant that were suggested by the authority.
Oh, okay.
But that's in the budget document. They're listed
That
in
was
the
the
budget.
that was the second document that there was discussion going back and forth of.
Right.
First page should be the budget, the second page should not be the budget, so that's the second page.
Okay, so in that document, none of those organizations know that they're being invited to submit a proposal. So this is my suggestion at the next meeting, that we go through all the youth, the next gen ones that we're recommending, the public defender one, maybe Delco 250 if she submits, and then let's look at that list and agree on who we want to invite at that point in the year.
Okay, I
we
think I
didn't-
understand can you clarify
Well,
that?
so on that list, like say one of those organizations on that list was Share.
Okay,
Somebody needs to call them and say, we'd really like to entertain a proposal from you at our June meeting or our July meeting.
Right.
We can't just look at the list next month and say, okay, let's give to these folks.
okay.
Unless that's what people want to do.
We did that for our first grant. Someone got a $10,000 check and was wondering if this was fraud because you didn't.
I remember that. I
I agree with you, Doug.
Yeah, I think we should look through it and see where are we in our financials. We may decide that we want to do more for the next gen grants, and that may make us want to move others later. But I think I would recommend that we have that discussion at the
I'm
next
not going to move them all. I'm not going to move them all to the agenda. I'll put some of them, because there was a long list, so we'll invite those to respond with a proposal, and we'll move some of those over to the agenda in May.
I could be wrong, correct me. if I am, Francis. I think the agenda item that Francis is suggesting is discussion of special grant invitees. So
Yeah.
that it's not that they're on the agenda, it's that the entire group is on the agenda for discussion, and we decide who and when. We're just going to simply make a phone call to say, hey, we would like to consider you for this if you want to apply. And so I don't think they need to be
Listed on the
listed
agenda.
individually on the agenda.
We can all take a look at the old, budget
And
document.
the suggestion that I would make is, and I certainly can go back in my email and find the budget document, but if special grants was just another tab on the grant review sheet that I'm looking at right now, so that I could toggle in between 2025 next gen and special grant possibilities in the same review sheet, I think that would be easier for folks.
Can you create another?
Yeah, so just to my understanding, this is the one where you guys are actively voting on it, and then just like another tab for special grant winners, or?
No, so the second sheet of the budget is a list of potential special grantees.
Oh, okay.
So it would just be a list of that second page of the budget that had potential special grantees.
Oh, maybe he doesn't. Andrew, maybe you have
Yeah,
that.
it's just-
Andrew, you have that list.
All right, I mean.
We all have it.
Yeah, we all have it.
Right, but it's a share, I think it's a shared document, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we would just have to share it with Yassine, and then Yassine could build the tab, and that way we're going to one system rather than going to here and then to another document to see the same thing.
Where the public defender people, their application is one of them.
Yeah.
Because we already have that.
I'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Any new business? Any public comment? Any authority comment?
Yeah, I would just say, briefly, I mean, I think, Yassine and Brinker Simpson, it's really worked out well. I think we did a nice, I mean, even I was hesitant, and I was kind of the biggest advocate for this setup, but I think we hit a good, efficient price point, and we've improved the operations. So I'm thankful for that and happy that it worked out. And I would just say broadly, I mean, I know the public defenders are kind of keep coming back to us, but that's kind of what I want. They have a lot of really good programs and do important work that I think is worth supporting. So, I mean, I'm generally favorable toward their most recent application as well, so.
And I'll just make a comment. We know a lot of federal programs have been cut, especially those that have that address the safety net of social service programs in our communities. So I don't know if I would use the word I'm excited, but I'm glad that we have this resource to help those organizations. Even though we're not going to be able to fulfill the entire gap, we can do something to make a difference. Even something as simple as just feeding the children in a society that still has food insecurity. It's unfortunate that we have leaders in this country that don't see the importance of providing just a minimal livelihood for people. I'll leave it at that. Anyone else?
The only other comment I would make is that when the council approves our approval of the youth grants at our next meeting, we will have gone over $2 million in grants since our inception.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor? Any questions or comments on adjourning the meeting? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? Motion carried. Meeting adjourned at 2:38 PM.
I apologize, coming to the wrong room. I had it in my
Me
computer.
too.
Hey, we're clear.
I knew better.